Hi, I'm Carlene, and this is Nutmeg Nation. How are you? I hope you're doing well. It has been a minute since we've been present or live talking about Grenada. And I feel like in order to start the season, that I would bring back my great friend. I've known him on and off since we were in high school. We have one person like we know each other because of someone else, but I think he's a great person to talk to about all things Grenada. Hey, Karen,
Hi,
how are you?
I am well. How are you?
I am doing well too. So tell me, it's been a really hot summer. How do you keep cool when it's so hot? Do you drink a lot of water?
Yeah, drink water, stay indoors.
I know. We're indoors now. It's just like 40 degrees to temperature. I mean, we love the heat. I swear. I was counting down until summer, but now that summer is here, it's kind of like waiting for a little breeze to blow or,
No, no,
you
I'm okay
know,
with it. I'm okay with it.
you're
Well,
okay with it? Yeah. Uh-huh.
we're indoor most of the time because we work indoors, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
so that's why. But no, I'm loving the heat.
So am I. When people complain to me when I'm at work, I'm like, we waited months for this. What are you talking about?
Yep, I even tell them, hey, in 2 months it'll be over. So you know,
It's true. And then we'll be back again in the cold. So,
exactly. So be thankful.
yeah, I think I'm thankful for the sunshine. I mean, when does summer start? I think a lot of people think that here in Toronto that we are still wearing coats in June. I don't know. I've had people say that. I'm like, no. Summer starts in June. I mean, we start to get a little bit warmer when? Like March, April? What do you think?
Yeah, around May.
May. Yeah, yeah, that's true because it's still
Yeah,
cold in March.
yeah.
So,
May,
um,
June. By the time June hits, it's full summer usually. But yeah,
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 yeah. I mean, it's full summer now, and we
yeah.
are counting down till Spice Mass. That's coming up, and there's Grenada Day in Toronto, which is on the last weekend of August, actually. It's usually on the last weekend. This year, it's on August 23rd, Saturday, August 23rd, and they're actually changing locations. Do you know where it is?
No, no, I don't know where they changed it to.
So basically this year, Grenada Day will be changing from Coronation Park to Eglinton Avenue West to Black Creek Village. And I guess some people refer to it as Pioneer Village. Do you even know where that is? I don't
Yep,
remember.
yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep, 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 yeah.
Have you been there before?
Yeah, I've been to Pioneer Village before, yeah.
Nice. Is it a good venue? What do you think?
Mm, yeah, I mean it depends. I don't know how many people turn out for it. So it should be fine. Should be
I
fine.
think so what they were saying from what I read is that Grenada Day has kind of outnumbered Coronation Park, and so they changed the venue because in terms of space, parking, and accessibility to public transit, this venue is a lot better.
Okay, okay. So then there you go.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I missed Grenada Day. I didn't go last year, but clearly the numbers were there. I think that's the first time they've seen so many people. It was pretty packed, and I guess because it's getting bigger and more people are going down to the event to celebrate Grenada, that they have to change venues because more people are going, right? So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. I didn't go last year as well. Hopefully I get to go this year.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what? I hope to go this year too, but I think the one thing that's really bothering Torontonians, for those who don't live in Toronto, like the traffic is insane. Rush hour traffic wherever you are. Like I went down, where was I? Keelan 401 last week, Wednesday,
Mhm.
and getting back to Brampton was quite the trek.
Yeah. No, it usually is, especially if you leave like around 5 o'clock. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, even before that, I left at quarters of like 3:45 or something, and I was like, wow. Yeah, I can't come down to Toronto during the rush. This is unreal.
Yeah, it's
Like
crazy.
there's yeah, like I mean, there's construction happening everywhere. And so it's just wow. But anyways, getting back to regular topic here. So this summer, I think there's a lot of festivals happening and Spice Mass in Grenada has gotten bigger with the jab jab scene. And I'm starting to wonder, why do you think that is? What's the big deal with jab jab anyways? I don't like I mean, I get it, but why do you think that Spice Mass has grown so quickly over the last few years?
That's a good question. You are right. The jab jab is what's propelled it to that, right? Grenada is
Mm-hmm.
really more so. I wouldn't say more so because ever since I was a kid down there, you always know you hear the shell. It's jab jab, right? But it's like I don't know. It has propelled or become like the flagship of Spice Mass. So it's interesting you say that because I always wonder about the chutney too. Like how come that one didn't blow up versus jab jab? They
I was
both
wondering that too. Like
the way.
chutney was big back
Yeah.
then, like
Yeah.
when I was a kid and I was in Grenada. And
Yeah.
then I'm just like, jab jab is everywhere. It's like they have the jab jab march. And then, I mean, even when they start, like Spice Mass season starts, I didn't realize it was so early, but like I think they start in May. Like that's when the parties start and like the artists are performing and that kind of thing. But I don't know why there's such a resurgence. Like it's just become like a job culture.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of them. Like it's just like, and even the music too, right?
hmm Yeah. The music is what when you have a jab jab rhythm and all everything. It's what propels the carnival.
Hmm.
So yeah, no,
Yeah.
I always wonder. I don't have an answer for that one to be honest. I always wonder about the two because like you said. Growing up, that was like it was between the two of them. You're either
Hmm.
Jab or you're Chutney. So
Yeah.
it's kind
Yeah.
of interesting. Maybe you can dig into it more and
Hmm.
see what made the difference for Jab Jab.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there's a historical significance, but culturally speaking, it seems like jab evolved from a form of protest, but I don't know if it's because it's like a liberation of
From my understanding, because most of the carnival stuff, like when they did it going back in Trinidad, is all from protest or to make fun of the slave masters and stuff.
hmm
But from my understanding, Jab Jab, um, sort of in memory and to mock the slave masters is when they go around and when they have like the dolls and stuff that they cover with tar to signify the
hmm
kids that suffered or died and all that stuff like that, right? So there's a lot of meaning behind Jab Jab when
And
they do that.
do you think like we're still fighting with that now, like in terms of oppression as a race, as a people? Like, do you think like it's kind of like a strong message? Because if we're talking about slavery, um, and everything to do with the history of slavery from Trinidad to Grenada and other Caribbean islands, do you think it's still prominent because we're still dealing with racism now?
Absolutely. The world has not, when I say the world, like those major powers, England, the US, France, um, what is it, Belgium? Yeah,
Hmm.
Holland and stuff. They haven't rectified or dealt with slavery. You take, for example, Germany. Germany has reconciled with the Jews, but England reconciled with the slave owners, but have not reconciled with the slaves. The United States has not reconciled with the slaves. That's why they're going through all the stuff that they're going through now, and people are going to continue to push, and there's going to be a lot of up and down and unrest until they rectify it or until they do something about it to officially recognize and apologize because they haven't done that. So yeah, we're still dealing with it, and it things are going to continue the way, probably even get worse because again they need to do something to give back reparations and stuff for all of the people who were enslaved. The longer they take, the more they're going to have to pay out because again, people are gonna the generations are gonna get bigger and bigger, and it's gonna come back to bite them even worse.
That's an interesting opinion there because I feel like ever since COVID happened, there's been like a lot of political protests when it comes to race relations. We can talk about Black Lives Matter. We could talk about just even here in Toronto. I don't understand why we're trying to change history. The one thing that bothers me is that Dundas Square has always been Dundas Square. I don't know why they felt the need all of a sudden we're going to change Dundas Square to Sankofa Square because of the negative history behind the name and the owner, the guy who is Dundas was a slave owner and they don't want to send the wrong message.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a, I'm not well versed enough to answer that one with all of that, and I get
Hmm.
where you're coming from as well, especially since the name is the name, and that's the way it's been. It's similar, I guess, to the U.S. and Columbus Day. Like they're the only
Oh.
ones who sort of recognize that, but nobody else really recognizes that because Christopher Columbus didn't discover America. He just brought awareness to the rest of the world about it, but people were already going back and forth from Africa and from Europe to America, but hasn't not on a grand scale as what he did, right? But they just didn't. Europeans just didn't know about it, basically, right?
Yeah, yeah.
As
You know
much as mm,
what? Well, as you were saying about Columbus Day, so I mean, there's so many like stories about how Christopher Columbus discovered Grenada and like all these things. But like you said, you're not well versed with Sankofa Square or Dundas Square. I actually had no idea that they changed the name. I was actually downtown with a friend, my friend Renee, and she's like, "Oh, did you know that they changed the name?" I'm like, "No. What do you mean they changed the name?" She's like, "Oh yeah, it's no longer Dundas Square." I'm like, well, I'm like, what is it now then? They're like, and then she told me, right?
yeah.
So then after I found out about that, I looked into it and I'm just like, why are we doing this? Like, it started off with
So
Aunt
so
Jemima.
so they officially
And
changed the name already. I didn't know they officially.
yeah,
I heard they were doing
yeah.
it. Okay,
I
okay.
mean, I don't think they put the sign up yet. I don't know if they did. Like, don't quote me on that one, but obviously it's in the works. I don't know if they officially changed it yet, but yeah, I mean, I could check and see. But I mean, I brought that up because you were talking about just history and history itself. And history is how we evolve as a nation, as a country. And I don't know if changing the name will do anything other than to say that sending a strong message. But how can you can't change what already happened.
You can't change what happened, but in a way, I get where they're coming from, but I don't understand the name to that particular name. That's why I say I
Right,
don't
right,
know about
right.
it.
Yeah. Hmm.
So changing the name sort of says, okay, you know what? We recognize that this person isn't the right, for lack of a better word, role model because the street is named after them or the square is named after them. So this person isn't the right person to name something after because they did things that got them to their status that weren't moral.
Yeah.
So I could understand the reason for changing the name, but changing the name to what they did, I don't understand. So I don't know that's why I say I don't know well enough to comment on it, but I don't know why they would change it to that name, if any, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna do a little fact check. So for those of you who are listening, Dundas Square is in Toronto, downtown Toronto. It's kind of like the
A mini Times Square, I guess. A mini,
exactly,
yeah, mini,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. I like that. A mini Times Square because I mean that's what people, I mean that's our tourist attraction. Everyone goes down there. And so Sankofa Square, formerly done, is a unique focal point of downtown Toronto. The mission. So they're saying the mission of Sankofa Square is to responsibly manage Sankofa Square and enhance the vitality of downtown to launch, promote, and operate the square as an exciting commercial space born from passion of its community. I still don't get it. I still like, okay, so with the history here, it says the city of Toronto's official plan sets out the vision for a vibrant, competitive, safe, and livable downtown. In 1996, the Yonge Street Regeneration Project was initiated by a partnership between Yonge Street Business and Residents Association of Toronto, in Toronto. At the heart of the city, the area surrounding Yonge and Dundas was targeted for significant improvements. So I guess they decided to change it in 2001. So Young Dundas Square was opened up to the public in 2002.
Hmm.
And then just recently this happened. So on December 14th, 2023, the city of Toronto announced that the Toronto City Council adopted a motion to change the name of Young Dundas Square to Sankofa Square. The name Sankofa is the result of 2 years of careful work by the city of Toronto, convened recognition review community advisory. So I guess the 20-member CAC was made up of Black and Indigenous leaders, along with other diverse residents and business owners living and working on Dundas Street. So,
Okay. So in saying that, I managed to find Sankofa, the name or the meaning, I guess. It's a Twi word from the Akan tribe in Ghana that loosely translates to go back and get it. Its literal translation comes from the Akan proverb.
mhm.
So forgive my attempt
Mispronouncing
at
it?
this.
Yeah. Okay.
So sui wu wafi na wasong kofe yan carry, meaning it's not taboo to go back for what you forgot or left behind. Sankofa is a phrase that encourages learning from the past to inform the future. So while it originates from Ghanaian Akan language, it broadly resonates across Africa and Black communities globally as an expression of culture and political affirmation. So, all right, I get what it means now, and I guess it encouraged us to go back, research, and figure out what it means.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know why that why a Ghanaian proverb, and why not, for example, a South African proverb. I don't know what the obviously they've had a board and they've sat down and they went through different names and they came up with this one. So I have no idea. For me, it doesn't make logical sense, but at least the meaning means
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
decent. So yeah.
I understand. Like to me, I just feel like we're trying to change too much too quickly. If it's gonna like bring the community together, so be it. But I still feel that changing the name doesn't change what happened. It's just like Aunt Jemima. Like we took the name off of the syrup that we like the syrup that we use to make pancakes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I still don't understand that either. Like I don't get it, you know?
Yeah. I don't get that either, but hey, and I don't think did they change the name
Hmm.
and the logo? Okay, okay,
Yeah, they did. So
okay.
now next time you go to the grocery store and you feel like getting some syrup for your pancakes, it's not going to say Aunt Jemima. It will say, what is it called? Pill something.
Oh,
They've changed the label and everything.
yeah,
So yeah,
I
yeah.
don't buy. I usually get maple syrup, anyways. I don't get that. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
So
I don't
you're a
get.
true Canadian then. You
I
get the
mean,
maple syrup,
I
right?
mean, it tastes better. That's just. I mean, that or nutmeg. Have you had nutmeg syrup? Have you had
No, I
nutmeg syrup?
haven't.
Okay,
Oh my God, way to tie that in. I love
nutmeg syrup
that.
is really good as well. So if yeah,
Wow. Oh my goodness. You know what? I am gonna have to get me some nutmeg syrup.
yep.
Yeah, and tell my grandmother, like, Granny, did you know about the nutmeg syrup? She probably does.
She probably
Anyways,
does. Yeah, for sure.
you know. So, we talked a little bit about like Canadian history, but and then just history. We went off topic there, and we're talking. Let's go back to Grenada, right? Because this is Nutmeg Nation after all. So I think because there's ties to the Grenadian community here in Toronto, where we both reside, where we both live, and then we can talk about, Grenadian culture in Grenada. So there's one artist that I want to talk about. And the reason I think it'll be interesting to talk about it is because he's Trinidadian, but he moved to Grenada. And you are half Trini. So I think it's interesting to bring him up. His name is Skinny Banton. Um, he's become very popular on the social scene. Like, I think, well, it was last summer, I saw a live video on Instagram with his
Hmm.
song Wrong Again.
Hmm.
And I couldn't believe it. So the song actually came out in what year? I think you were looking it up. You were telling me.
2019, yeah.
Yeah. So a few years later, obviously, it's still,
Still
has a
bumping.
yeah, it's still doing well. A lot of people like the song. He's
Yeah.
released other songs since, but
Yeah.
for those who don't know about Skinny Banton, his real name is, what did I see here? Oh my gosh, I had it. Anyways, that aside, I'm not going to get into detail, but he's actually born in Trinidad and he now lives in Carriacou, which is the sister island of Grenada. And basically, how he started off in the scene, I guess it was he was at an event and then I guess he performed there. And so in 2015, he came to the scene with his song Soak It Good, which propelled him to the semifinals of Trinidad and Tobago's International Soca Monarch competition. And so from that, I guess he started making a name for himself, right?
Right, right.
So tell me, what do you think of that song Wrong Again? What do you
No,
think
I
it's
like it.
about?
I don't remember what it's about, to be honest, but I like the
Mm-hmm.
song.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have to
yeah.
listen to it, be like listening and go through it, you know? But no,
Yeah, yeah.
I like his music. I thought you were talking about Sparrow when you said he went to Trinidad, but he's from Trinidad and went to Grenada, so it's the
Yeah,
opposite.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So Skinny Banton he was born in Trinidad, but
Okay.
he moved to
To Grenada. Okay.
Grenada.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
usually the
yeah.
other way around, which is interesting. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what made him decide to move to Carriacou, but
Especially Carriacou.
I know we could talk about that too, but we're not going to get into that. I just was like, what
Yeah.
is happening?
Yeah.
So why do you think they call him Skinny Banton?
He's probably skinny.
Well, he is skinny. I
Yeah.
mean, look, this guy's, as they say back home, he's langy or whatever you want to call it, right? But yeah, it's interesting that
Well,
Grenada is now his home. So,
West Indian people usually give you the name that best you look at like. If
mm-hmm.
you're tall, they call you tall man. If you're fat, they call
Yeah,
you fat man. It's simple.
yeah, yeah. Isn't that an insult, though? I mean, come on.
I mean, it's factual. I don't know if it's an insult. It's factual.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? The one thing that we talk about is music. Music is so popular, like soca, especially during carnival season. And obviously the competition with that is a serious thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's not just about the costumes. It's not just about Juve morning and jab jab. It's about the music. I mean, music is what helps with the celebration. And
Right.
so I don't know about you. We're talking a little bit briefly, but have you heard the new song by I always mess up his name, Marshall Montana? Is that right?
Masha Montano? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he has a new song for this season, Spice Mass. Well, I mean, just carnival season in general. It's called Party. He spells it weird. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
Pardy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so what do you think of that song? Do you think that's going to be the winner for Soca Monarch this year?
Uh, I mean, that's tough because he does well. He usually wins. So
What about Talpree though? I haven't heard Talpree's new song. I don't know if he released anything new, but he is a very popular.
No, I haven't heard anything from Talper
Yeah.
recently. I like in terms of like
Hmm.
um the recent like songs I heard from Grenada is like Payroll or Capital Anthem. Those Jab Jab songs, I've heard those.
Oh, okay. You
But
know,
I
I feel like I remember last year
mm,
because of the one Jab Jab song by this one artist. I forgot her name, but she's obviously in the jab scene too, and I remember that song, right? But I feel like with music, it's so hard to keep up sometimes with the soca scene, just new music in general. And I feel like I'm still listening to old music now. Like, they always play that song, Roll It Gal, or there's a lot of older songs that they play during carnival season because obviously there's a history. A lot of people like the song, but there's every year there's always the latest song, the newest one. We have to keep up with the Joneses here. And
yeah.
so when it comes to music, what do you think makes a good soca song? Because I find a lot of these soca songs, it feels like all you need is one good line. You don't even need like a good chorus. As long as you have two lines, sometimes some of these songs, only have a few words, a few phrases in them. What do you think?
Well, you need to have something that's catchy, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And with a good rhythm. So that's a combination. Soca is different from other genres, whereas the music is usually light, uplifting, and fun. So if you have something boring, then you're not gonna get the people listening to it or people playing it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And so out of the artists that have come out recently, who's your favorite? Do you have a favorite soca artist?
I've been listening a lot to Mikhail Teja.
Oh, who's that? Oh, I have to check this
Yeah,
person out.
yeah, he's
And oh, okay.
yeah. I like his he did a remix to David Rudder's Trinity to the Bone, sorry.
Oh, Trinity to the bone. Yes,
And
yes, yes.
he does, and I like his other song called Higher Power. Yeah, like his,
Higher
all of his
power.
songs
Okay.
recently. I like all of them. I've been listening to his stuff
Hmm.
lately.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So you like him and I like Slata. Now, not everybody likes Slata, and I don't know, I just thought like when he came to the scene, there was just something so weird about Slata because I just thought it was weird that you could just talk about doo doo and that be a catchy song. I mean, it was different. I just thought, you know
Mm.
who he is? Have
Yeah,
you
yeah,
heard
yeah,
like
yeah,
some of
yeah,
his songs?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
I didn't know you were into him.
Right? I know. He's my repeat artist. I think even there was another song that for Christmas time, I was like, "Ooh, I like this song that he just released here." And so I don't know. You know what? The reason I like Slata is because he does things that are a little bit weird. I don't know. I think the one song that he talks about, like he's behind a garbage truck, he's clearly in doo doo, and I just thought it was weird, but it was also sending a message that you really don't need to have a clean song. Like it could be a song that has a hidden message or that's different, but I don't know why I liked it. I just did. I thought he was like a little bit out there with his lyrics. I don't know why, but yeah. Um,
Yeah, as long as you have, like I said, as long as you have one thing that's catchy and it has a
mhm.
good rhythm, then you're good to go.
Yeah, yeah, it's clearly that. And so this year in Grenada, Carnival, it will be next month. Obviously, it's usually right after Carnival Caravana here in Toronto, and it's usually the costumes, the music, and the people. And so, you know what? While we're talking about that, I was looking at the numbers, and I don't know if you know this, but when you're going to Carnival, you have to invest a certain amount of money if you want to have a good time. Like we're talking about spending money on a costume, where you're going to stay, how many parties you're going to go to, and just the overall experience. And so I don't know how much you think. the average person should spend to have a good time in Grenada. But if you were to, think of a ballpark figure, like how much do you think you would have to spend to have a good time?
Hmm. Well, to get to Grenada, it's somewhat expensive.
Hmm, hmm.
To stay in a hotel in Grenada, it's somewhat expensive,
Yeah, yeah.
depending on where you stay and all that good stuff, especially too. So that alone will run you about maybe, I don't know, let's say 3 grand.
Okay. So that's your ballpark number there, okay? And
Just
is and
just for flight
just
and
just
and
the
stay.
flight. Oh, flight and stay.
Flight and stay.
Okay, so that's flight and stay. Now, how much do you think it's gonna cost if I wanted to play mass?
I don't know. Okay, I could use Trinidad numbers and sort of translate it.
Yeah, so let's use US, not US dollars, because the rest of the world uses US. Wherever you go, they take American money, right?
Right.
So
So then
so
you're
what
looking at about maybe 2 grand American, I guess. I don't know.
on top of everything else? So you just
No,
said
no.
three for board and stay. Okay.
Well, no, 2 grand for board and stay, US, and
Mm-hmm.
then maybe another, yeah, maybe another 1,500 or 2 grand, I guess, to play. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what's your total in all of this? So
I'll just say,
how much am I going to be spending here, Karen?
I just say five US, 5 grand.
Okay, okay, that's a good number.
Yeah.
All right, so I did my homework and I looked it up. Now, the average price to go to Grenada is around during carnival season if you buy your tickets early
Mhm.
is about 800 to 1,000, give or take.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
right now, if you wanted to book a flight to Grenada right now for carnival,
Yeah.
you're looking at 2,500 to $3,000 just for the ticket alone right now. And that's because obviously there's not a lot of flights going down to Grenada, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So from what the research I've looked into, they're saying 5 to 10,000 US to have a good time
Yeah.
during carnival.
Yeah. There you go.
Mhm.
So I was right. Five.
Yeah, 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 you were right. So, and I bet you, and that's if you're probably not even gonna do like all the big parties. Like if you're just gonna be conservative and be like you, because you said Juve morning isn't gonna cost you a lot of money, right? You just have to
Well,
get the, I
when
mean,
I go Trinidad Carnival, I don't play mass. I just do Juve and all the fets, and then I'm good to go. I don't really need to do
yeah,
the,
yeah,
yeah. So yeah, if you do that for Grenada as well, you're good.
yeah. So out of all the events that you could go to, I think like the cheapest one is, of course, Monday Night Mass.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it costs now, but I'll break it down for you if you're going, and forever is listening. This is the breakdown for a Spice Mass 2025, okay? So basically, the events are Cali Powwow. It's a calypso competition. I didn't even know about this one. There's Juve, which we were talking about. Spice Mass, the Grand Parade. So obviously on the day of is the parade. And then I think that's about it. They didn't even mention Monday Night Mass. They said the Panorama competition. You ever been to that?
No, I never been to Panorama. I've always wanted to, but never been.
Yeah, so basically it's a showcase of steel pan music performances. So obviously another nice little look at the music scene in Grenada, right? So yeah, it's pretty expensive. And I think, like with anything, it's probably, I know someone who went to, because I'm from Grenada, you're originally from Trinidad. I mean, you're both sides of the coin here. Like, I mean, you've lived in both countries. And so we talked about Grenada. How much do you think you need to have a good time in Trinidad? Because these people party for the whole month. Like, I mean, it's next level, right?
We're in Trinidad?
Yeah, in Trinidad. Yeah.
It's like about 3 months.
3 months. Okay, so I'm clearly wrong. 3 months? Okay, so
Yeah.
break it down for me here.
I mean, 3 months if you don't include Christmas, because there's Parang.
Oh my God.
There's Parang, right? So from
You,
December,
yeah,
as
yeah.
Boxing Day hits, it's straight. Fete, Soca,
Wow.
up until Carnival, which is in February, right?
Yeah. So
Basically.
this is like a this is like a marathon.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wow. I mean, I've never gone for the event, but I mean, just being in the airport, I'm like, yo, Carnival is serious here, you know?
Hmm.
This is a big deal. So how do you think, like, in terms of like if you were to like obviously between Trinidad and Grenada, which is, insurgents now of the jab jab culture, and they're sending a message clearly. How do you think Grenada would have like what kind of plan if you were to try and get more people to go down to Grenada? What do you think people would entice them to go there for vacation or even just for carnival?
What would entice people to go Grenada?
Yeah, yeah, because a lot of people like when they go away, they're like a lot of people go to Florida, obviously less now, but they don't think to go to Grenada or Trinidad. Like, I mean, more or less, Trinidad's up there, and so is Jamaica, like in terms of the numbers. But Grenada's slowly picking up, but we're not seeing like tourist numbers like we would see in Trinidad. You know what I mean?
How about this? Maybe should I get somebody who's living in Grenada now to ask them to come on?
Yeah.
I can ask them to join.
No way. Is this really happening? Wow.
Yeah. But I guess my take from what I know, I would say because Grenada's already known for tourism. They're already known, they're known mainly as a honeymoon destination.
It is. It is. Sandals Resort. Oh my
Right.
gosh. Yeah.
Not known as like as as a carnival destination like you're saying, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's it's a good question. I don't know what you can do more other than advertise mass itself.
Exactly. And so they're already doing it on social media. It's become a thing. And
I have
last
not seen it.
year, sorry?
I have not seen it on social media.
Oh, I think on Instagram they're really doing a good job. You know what I
Okay,
mean? And
okay.
so, wow, I think this is amazing. Wow. Karen, you are someone to be a force to be reckoned with. The fact that you're inviting someone who is in Grenada now to join our conversation is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
So
So,
here's Giselle.
hi Giselle. Before we start with this conversation, I'm Carlene and this is Nutmeg Nation. I have with me my co-host, my buddy Karen, and he's magically gotten Giselle, who lives in Grenada, to join us.
Right.
Hi. So, as a local, how is it in Grenada right now? How's the weather?
Extremely hot.
I believe it. I believe it. It's pretty hot here too. So Giselle, what do you think?
We're here to, we're gonna ask Giselle all the hard questions because Giselle has
Okay.
all the answers.
That's not
She's
true.
just
No, I do
one.
not.
I'm sorry?
I said that's not true. I do not. Give me the simplest question there.
Okay, the simplest question is what's when is Pretty Mass?
Pretty Mass is both first day and second day, so August 11th and 12th this year. The first day is more of a um you're not in costume on the first day. On the first day, you wear something like a swimsuit and you dance along the streets. On the second day is when you come out in your fancy costume.
So it's just like Trinidad. They have a Monday wear and a pretty mass and a pretty mass costume. So you have two different outfits, right?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. It's like a dressed down version of the pretty mass outfit.
correct.
Yep.
Okay, so um as far as Spice Mass is concerned, it's bringing on a lot of people. People are coming down for Carnival, and every year the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger. But if we were to do something to make a bigger impact, what do you think would help Grenada to be a carnival destination for those all over the world? What do we need to tell people? What do we need to
At
do?
at this point is more accommodation because by the end of Carnival Tuesday, places are already booked up for the next year. Um, I don't think there's anything more we could do to advertise. It's just that we need to, everybody's already willing to come for the experience. We just have to let them know, understand our culture at this point. A lot of people come, but they do not understand what they're coming to experience.
Yep.
Ooh, wow. Okay, so as someone who has been living in Grenada, how long you been in Grenada now?
27 years,
So most of your life?
my entire life.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining the conversation. I think you're going to be the person to help me and Karen share the word. So, what is the experience like in Grenada? I know, personally speaking, that Grenada is pretty calm in comparison to Toronto
In what
in
Well,
terms
sense, though?
of, yeah.
Grenada is one of the safest Caribbean islands. You could walk the streets at any hour and feel safe. Um, anybody's willing to help you. Sorry.
Anybody's willing to help you say sorry or no
Mm,
sorry.
No,
I'm
she took a she had
sorry.
to pause for a moment there.
Yeah. So sorry, I was saying that, Grenada is one of the safest islands. So once you come here, you feel safe. The the experience is just being when you here, you feel a different spirit. There's just this spirit once you on the island. Like being in Toronto or being in America or in these places, you hear about carnival, and it's like, yeah, coming over carnival. But the being in carnival itself and experiencing the events itself is a totally different feeling.
I think you said it best because you know what? There's one thing I've only been to Carnival to Spice Mass once, and I was shocked. Karen, I went and I was like on the carriage. I couldn't believe it. Like on the day of the parade, I'm like, no one's gonna try and jump on the truck or do anything crazy.
Well,
Like
but that's
you you
they
know?
do that, but remember what I told you how the difference between having carnival here in Canada or in North America versus the Caribbean. People understand the culture back home. They understand the meaning of things, like, and that's why the purpose of us doing playing mass and doing this and doing that, different juve, all that stuff. They understand the history behind it. Whereas here, people don't know anything. They just want to jump on and whine and try
Mm.
and get a girl or whatever the case is. People don't know the people don't understand the meaning here.
They just
No,
see
they
hype,
yeah, yeah.
vibes. They see hype, they see vibes, and that's it. They're ready to just, jump for jumping up, stick and dancing. They don't really
Exactly.
know why they're jumping or why they're dancing.
Whereas you feel like Grenadians actually
Well, I
like see
mean,
it in a different light.
I mean, we kind of do because for jab jab, there's a meaning behind jab jab. There's a reason we do jab jab. There's the vehicle. There's a reason for the vehicle as well. Shotney, there's a reason for the shotney. Everything, every part of the culture has a history. There is even a band called the Indian band. There is different cultures, the different meaning behind different aspects in carnival. But people mostly just know about the jab jab and the fancy mass.
So
Yeah,
there you
it's
go.
true.
Actually, you know what, Giselle, can you answer this question for me? Because when
I
I
have
was growing up in
one.
Grenada, uh, huh?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
She said,
Oh,
"Go
okay, okay,
ahead."
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So when I was growing up, it was always chutney and jab jab, right? Do you
Mhm.
have an idea as to why jab jab surpass chutney so much?
Well, I think because that's what we use as a main marketing item. It's different from other Caribbean islands. And the meaning behind jab jab is much deeper than I guess the other aspects of carnival itself. I mean, you could go to any Caribbean island, down to Jamaica, and be in a fancy costume. You could go there's other Caribbean islands that has vehicle. Not much Caribbean islands has shotney. But Jab Jab has, I think Grenada is one of the, well, recently I learned St. Vincent has something similar, but I'm not sure of the meaning or what is, if it's similar, if it's been there for ages. But just, Jab Jab, the meaning behind Jab Jab and the experience and how you feel. And, just that brings out the difference for the Jab Jab in Grenada. But I think it's just mainly used as a marketing because it's what people draw themselves to know.
Okay. Yeah, I know there's Jab Jab in Trinidad, Jab Jab. There's Blue Jab Jab in Trinidad. They call them
Right.
Blue
The Jab
Devils.
Jab use the Juve in Trinidad use paint.
Yes.
For,
And the Jab Jab there use tar.
well, we use oil oil and
Oh,
tar.
yeah. There you go. Okay. So, all right, it's just marketing. All right. I thought it was there's
Well, to
something.
me,
Huh?
it's marketing. To me, it's marketing. They
Okay.
market more now. But to Grenadians, it's a form of I don't want to say rebellion, but that's how they express themselves.
Yeah.
Like recently, the Prime Minister said it's too early for Juve, it's too early for Jab Jab. That's the most you've seen Jab Jab since because
I remember that.
everybody, every weekend, every Sunday morning, I'll be heading to church and I'm seeing people heading to go jab it up.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's one more question I have for you, Giselle. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this on the spot. This is unreal. I don't think I've ever seen Karen pull out the magic hand here. I was like, what? Someone's joining us in a conversation now? You're able to do that. So, Giselle, there's
Assistant.
a lot of misconception. There's a lot of misunderstanding with jab jab when it comes to people who are religious. If you're Christian, Catholic, whatever religious denomination you are, there is a negative message behind jab jab, which is associated with the devil. What do you think about that? Do you think that jab jab is sending the message that this is like unholy, it's wrong, they're, you know,
I won't say it's unholy because last year we had one of the Catholic priests partaking in the Jab Jab celebration. If you understand the true cultural and deep meaning behind Jab Jab, you wouldn't say it's it's devilish or whatever. I guess the meaning itself, Jab Jab, if my memory serves me well, means I think it means something about the devil, and I
yeah,
guess that's
yeah, it is. The term jab
right,
jab, I looked it
right,
up just so that
right.
we're
It
gonna
means
give
devil.
context.
But
Yes.
that's only because the slave owners said we looked like the devil. And they called us the devils.
Yes, they did. Yes.
So that was just our way of, mocking them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
calling us the devil, then we're gonna make ourselves look like the devil. That's so that's why I might see people with mackerel or something in their mouth and they put red color in, you know,
Yeah.
and they paint themselves in full black because you're already calling us the devil, so why not be the devil? You
That's true.
understand?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's based on what meaning you want to say that you want to see it as. If you understand the cultural meaning, you will never see it as it being the devil's work. But as a Christian, you don't ever want to associate yourself with nothing pertaining that, with the devil.
Mm-hmm.
So you could understand both sides of it.
Yeah. See, again, it goes back to people not understanding the culture, especially here, right? Who just pretend that they just want to dance, but they don't know the meaning behind stuff.
And so I'm going to add to that based on my research here. And so jab jab is powerful, is a powerful expression of Grenadian identity, resilience, and cultural pride. And I remember interviewing the organizer of Grenada Day here in Toronto. Her name is Maria Myers, and she said that Grenadians are a resilient people. They are strong-minded people. They're even though they're a small community of people, they do band together, and they say that when you do things, if you can find a small group they can take over. And so it seems to me that when you look at the images with jab jab, just the jab jab alone, the numbers just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And even though there's that negative message with jab jab, if you understand the true identity behind it, it's sending a strong message to the rest of the world in terms of Grenada as a country. And so I guess I took over there. Giselle's really quiet, but
No.
Sorry, I'm
uh,
listening. I'm
yes,
listening.
yes, I know. And for me, I created this show because I'm gonna tell you guys, I had someone who used to make jokes about Grenada. It was one of my coworkers back in the day. He's from Jamaica, right? And so we'd always have this banter back and forth, and it used to annoy me because he would say things like, Grenada's such a small island. He's like, look, Carlene, it's not even on this map. And I'm like, that's a different kind of map. It's not a world map because it was on the back of an agenda or something I had. But for me, when someone kept saying over and over again that Grenada is so small, I'm like, I need to do something about this. Even though I don't live in Grenada, I feel that I have to leave a strong message behind because Grenada is a beautiful place. And I think people need to know about Grenada, no
Eh,
matter how small we are. You know what I mean?
you
Like
gotta
people.
you can't take Jamaican people seriously when they're teasing you. If
And
No,
if
I
if
know.
if
I know.
if
I know. Yeah.
if they
What are we
try
saying?
if they tease you again, just say, look, Jamaicans don't own anything in Jamaica. So why are you coming to me?
once you saw Grenada, the small Grenadians would always say that we small, but we talawa.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
what? Oh, say that again.
We small, but we talawa.
Ah, and what does that mean? Talawa. What?
The same thing as you're saying, resilience.
Ah,
We may be small, but we're
resilience.
big in spirits. We
Yeah.
could take over any space. Imagine you see a lot of TikToks now of people making videos, and one guy was like, he goes to a party and then he'll start scanning. As soon as he gets a drink, he'll start scanning the area. And once he see a Grenadian flag, he goes directly to that section because Grenadians know how to enjoy themselves. Even though we're small, we're big in spirit, we're big as a community. Once you see one person try to this Grenada, the whole of Grenada comes for you.
No, I
They don't
believe
know
it. No,
one.
you're right. Yeah.
They have
Hmm.
no idea what's happening, but they one thing Grenadians band together for is for Grenada.
Yeah. No, I believe you when you say that. And I think some Grenadians are very humble. And I think when I started this journey, when I created this show, I didn't know like how it would transpire, but I do believe what you're saying because I think they're like, even though you're a Grenadian and you've made a name for yourself, I think they're humble people. Like I interviewed Karani James and I never thought, Giselle, that would happen. But when it happened, I couldn't believe it because I thought to myself, this person is so humble, even though he's on the national scale, like he's on at the Olympics. He's, running for Grenada and, we know him now. So,
I've met him and Victor and Anderson Peters, and they're
mhm,
all amazing people. I've never really had a conversation with Kirani, but I've been walking in an area where he ran before in our first invitational,
mhm,
and such an amazing person. But
yeah,
these people, you see those Grenadians who are on the map and making a name for themselves and putting Grenada out there. They are such amazing people.
yeah,
I know Kirani is very humble. He's such a quiet guy.
he is, he is. So, like
Canadians
when, yeah,
will come at
mhm,
you for him. Like they will come at you. Don't say anything about Kirani. Two people that they might be bad for is Kirani and Mr. Killer.
right, right. Yeah, actually, that's one thing we didn't talk about when we talk about Carnival, Mr. Killer. I guess we could say one more thing. Ask you, what's your favorite song right now in terms of for what do you call it? Soca
Well,
Monarch for this year.
but for Power Soca, Buddha 473, 1000 degrees Fahrenheit,
Hmm.
and Money, Payroll. Those are my two favorite.
And who do you think's gonna win?
It's a tough one because Dash is really good too. Dash has a really good
Mm.
song. Like this year will be exciting because the faces that we accustomed to now, we know for years, are all given the younger generation opportunity because we have Terra the Governor, we have Dash, we have Muddy, we have Buddha, we have a lot of new faces joining. We even have this guy, I've heard about his music last year, and this year I really took the time to sit down and listen to his music, and I'm like, wow, he really could sing. I think his name is Regi Atmosphere. I could be wrong, but it's something of that. And we just have a lot of young talents coming in now. We have in the groovy, we have she plays in a band. Her name is Sakina. And I didn't realize she was partaking in groovy this year. And she has such an amazing voice because she does live band music as well. So she already could captivate a crowd. So yeah, we have a few amazing artists coming up, but for me, I'm forever a Dash fan, but I'm not into his song yet. So hopefully by the finals, I could get the feelings for that song. But for me, Muddy, Payroll, and Buddha 473, 1000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's for the power soca that is.
Power soca. For
Yeah.
those of us that don't know what that is, I don't know power soca. Karen, do you know what power soca is?
Jab
Yeah, of
music.
course. How anything power moves the crowd, basically.
Oh,
That's how you get to sort of a good definition for it.
clearly, I haven't gone to Carnival in a long time. Not even the one here in Toronto, Giselle. I have not been to Caravana since 2010. It's like, oh my gosh, 15 years. Wow. I'm
Yeah,
really
it's all.
aging myself.
Uh,
Anyways,
I've only been to Caribana once, and that was in like 2014.
mm-hmm. So did Karen invite you?
No, Karen did not bring me. They let me take the train. By the time we got there, it was done. I didn't get to experience anything much.
We invite
Oh my
Giselle.
gosh.
We
Don't worry,
invite Giselle up
Karen.
every year. We invite Giselle up every year. Giselle.
Oh, Giselle, I'm gonna take that part out of the recording. It's like calling him out, especially
No,
when
I
he
mean,
brought you on
I
as a
was,
guest. I was like, this is
the
amazing,
thing is,
clearly.
I was just a teenager then time.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
you've grown up now. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So I was up there. I was up last February. So you see the plan was to be there for the summer, but things didn't work out as we planned. I surprised him. He didn't know I was coming.
Hmm.
Oh
Hmm.
my God, I thought people don't do that anymore. When when you're not when you're in a neighborhood and you're just gonna go by your neighborhood. Hey, I'm in the neighborhood. I'm coming to say hi. Like people don't do that anymore.
Well,
Not,
the
you know?
plan was everybody got surprised. No, none of the cousins knew. Nobody
Oh,
knew. So,
wow.
right.
And you came for our like winter. That's on like my aunt even told me she's gonna come for a winter one year. I still haven't seen her come for winter. So
Well, I
as a
mean,
Grenadian,
because
how did you like our Canadian winter?
no, my intestines were trembling. Not me again.
My God, that is hilarious. Oh my God.
I'm seeing me and Karen's cousins in in summer clothes, short skirts and crop tops, and me I'm in the biggest jacket you could find, the longest pants you could find, with the most comfy shoes.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We just have to be warm. Okay. So one last thing. If anyone is listening right now and they feel like they're gonna come down to Grenada for Carnival between Monday night mass, pretty mass,
Hmm.
and Juve morning, what's the top thing that they have to experience while they're
Well,
down
I mean,
there?
nobody could miss Juve morning. I mean, Juve morning is is the beginning. Is the beginning of everything. You cannot miss Juve. Even if you go for like 2 hours and then you head home to rest for fancy mass, you cannot miss Juve. Juve on its for itself is a total different experience. And then you have options. You have Grenville Juve and you have Tongue Juve, right?
Wait, Granville Juve? What?
Yes, Grenville has a Juve on kind of on Monday. as well as St. George's has them Juve on a Monday. And on Tuesday, there's Juve in St. David's and St. Patrick. You get to choose the different Juve options.
This is news to me. Like
Really?
I'm a city girl. Like whenever I go down to visit, like I'm from Grand Anse. So I didn't even know that Granville has their own Juve too. Not that I'm going
Oh,
to the country, but
Grenville has Juve.
Just
I
like
just
And
learned
Grenville
something
has their
new.
own carnival too. Grenville has
yeah,
their own.
Grenville
Yeah.
has their own carnival too. They have the I when I was younger, we used to play in the Parkley band. So I played Fancy Mass with Kiddies Carnival with
Hmm.
Parkley. Then he had Beans. He had different bands playing. And then
See,
we have Capital Job is from Grenville.
I
see.
am learning something new. So, you said you can't miss out one without the other. And then obviously Juve
Well, I
morning.
mean, if you're
Yeah,
coming from Carnival, you want to experience everything, especially if it's your first time. You want a little piece of everything. So I won't put one above the other, but it's mostly your preference. So if you
right.
don't want to be dirty with oil and all that, then Juve is most likely not for you. But if you want to experience the culture and be a part of everything and come to see, get your money's worth for that ticket prices that I'm seeing. You would want to be a part of everything. So, kind of on Monday, Juve morning. Then you have on the road fancy Monday wear. That's the Monday carnival fancy mass. Then after that, you have Monday night mass. Monday night mass is more of a classy something where you're just chipping on the road from Grandans come down in a t-shirt and or nowadays they have like different options. T-shirt, crop top, there's the bodysuit. You have different options, you just chip in from Grana's with your lights because it's lights. So depending on what is the theme of the band, you have those lights. And it's just same thing where they'll tell you swing left, swing right, and all the lights in the skies. Trust me, it's a really good experience as well. Then Carnival Tuesday, you either go St. David's or you go St. Patrick for Juve morning, and then end it with your fans with the fancy mass with the carnival costumes in either St. George's or Granville.
Wow. I am speechless right now. But I can't afford to go to Grenada now because the ticket's too expensive, Giselle. You know,
I
the
know
price went up.
that's what I think is one of the problems that we have. And I guess too, it's a kind of a control because during those times, so I would sometimes I just feel like the island will sink with the amount of people that us be on it. Because you walk in through St. George's on a Juve morning and it's just crowd upon crowd. Everybody's present. And they even have jab bands, so you depend. You have different bands that you could be a part of. And I forgot to mention that I'm not sure if they still do it, but Grenville still have Tuesday night mass as well. Same effect as Monday night mass, the t-shirts, the lights, and the chipping around the streets of Grenville. I'm not too sure if they still have it happening, but I know it was something that used to happen.
Hmm.
Well, there's one more thing I'd like to add is that Guav, this is the city that doesn't sleep. So, because I know someone from Guav, and when I went down last time, I think she was started partying way before before she even before
Yeah.
they're serious. Like the day she landed, I think I called her later on that day and she was already ready to party. I'm like, you just got here, right? But yeah, it's a serious thing, right? In Guav.
Yeah. Well, I mean, mass in general is serious,
I
right?
mean, I mean the island on a whole, because
Yeah.
sometimes I'll be home and I live in Birch Grove in the middle of the island. And I will be here and be hearing music in Beauregard. You make take a little drive or a little walk up and there are the guys in the road enjoying themselves. We have something in Birch Grove called Mountain Jam. And they would have a truck going up to what we have called Sensei Mountain. Everybody behind the truck chip and go up through the mountains to enjoy a little job session. This one doesn't really have like oil and all that. It's just pure fun, vibes, enjoyment. And then we have something else in Birch Grove called River Fest. They they'll sprinkle water on you, music, vibes, and enjoying yourself. It's just that different parts of the country have their own little vibes. Well, always everybody you want to be bar hopping from bar to bar, and you always end at how they call that bar in, I think it's Shaizba
Where is that?
in Guav. I believe that's the name of it. You know,
Oh,
it's
okay.
Shaizba Guav. You always end at that bar because that's where the majority of the vibes is. You know, St. David's have their own vibes. Everybody have their own little St. Andrew on a whole, you know, yeah, St. Andrew is the biggest parish. So everybody, every little inroad you go, there's a bar there and there's people enjoying themselves.
So next to Trinidad, Grenadians really are bringing
I
bringing
don't
a
want to,
name for themselves. Like I mean, I talked to another Trinidadian last year and she said that she couldn't keep up with, the vibes as you call it, right? So
yeah.
clearly we're doing something. And it's working and you're part of the experience. So are you playing this year?
This is my last year for some time. Yes, I'm playing Fancy Mass this year.
Oh, very nice. So I hope you have a great time. And I want to thank you, Giselle, for joining us and giving us a little taste of Grenada.
So
No
nice of
problem.
you.
Sure.
I'm
You,
Carlene, and this is Diva Tonight with Karen and our special guest, Giselle.